Hey everybody, it's JJamJim. Welcome back to another episode of Foundation. So I actually had recorded about 15 minutes of our 30-minute episode just now. However, the game had crashed and it had corrupted my save file, which is very unfortunate. So I'm going to restart the episode, which is no problem. That happens. We're going to get crashes and things like that, but what it did do is it gave me an opportunity to sort of reacquaint myself with what we've done here. And so I have streamed this game several times since recording the first 4 episodes over on Twitch, and so we've gotten a little bit further in the game and learned some things, and so I'm going to try to give you as much of that knowledge as I have gleaned from that as possible. Obviously, this is no bueno. Our happiness is 25. We need more food, which we're working on getting this farm up. I'm going to increase the speed to 2. I'm going to preemptively paint down a farm field, and I'm going to just kind of do right up against the water. Now, the farm fields, they will... I think I can just do both like this. Now, what they will do, and it doesn't look like much, but they will fill this entire area completely with the farm field. So, that should be noted. I also need to make sure that we turn immigration back on. I learned that you definitely need to have people continuing to come into your city, because we only have 34, and we don't have enough workforce to run our wheat farms and our bakery and windmill that we're going to need to build and our iron smelter. Like, we just don't have enough people. And while we are lacking food, we just need to make sure that we continually focus more jobs on food production. So we have a gathering hut there. We have a gathering hut there, but I don't even know if it's full. It is. Great. So we have a sign available villager, Marjorie. We only have Marjorie available to us, so we're going to have to wait to get a couple more people in. However, I think we are going to have a couple leave us. But anyway, so Marjorie will sow this wheat field. The only thing is we don't really know how much wheat she's actually producing. There's no real numbers for that. And it's probably very hard to gauge that number because you can make it such a different, like, the farm size can scale so much, and you can have 3 farmers assigned to 1 wheat farm. So it's possible that we just don't know what that is yet. There has been a new alpha update that has just come out a little bit ago. I think actually there's been a couple hot fixes, but as you can see, they've changed some of the textures to they made these like berry baskets, which look really cool. They added like an axe and stuff and like a saw to the wood chopping hut. I believe they added a hammer and these like little stakes for the stone. So just different little things they're doing to it. Continuing to improve the game. One of the things we do need is more residential, and in fact we also need more extraction. I forgot to increase the extraction zone, so this wood camp is not able to chop wood right here. So we have to always make sure we're keeping that in mind. So I'm gonna actually have them chop pretty much up through there, because we are reforesting this entire area, so that's a lot of trees. And then let's get some residential in. Let's start a new pocket of residents that can live right in here. And they will automatically rip those trees down to build houses. You'll see in a second if another one comes up. We're also getting this alert that, oh, we've hit our weekly profit of 500. That's fantastic. So we got 50 boards. That's great. It keeps saying that there's no farm field for the farmer. I've been having that issue for a while, and I don't really know if that affects anything, because it just doesn't seem... I don't know. I think that might just be a bug. But see, a little house popped up into the trees there. That's great. Because we need, what do we... 8 villagers are lacking houses. So that means we need 4 more houses. And there we go. The 4th one just popped in. Let's get down a well for them. Let's go... a well right there. And we have a little bit of money, so let's just pop down a couple bushes for some decoration. Make the area a little nicer. Oh, and we're lacking faith. So we're going to need another church. Now, what I've been noticing is that there's a little bit of an imbalance to the amount of influence, which is this number, and the amount of splendor, which is this number. It's very easy to get the influence. The influence is, we can purchase that by doing the quests, or building certain buildings will also give us influence. Whereas the splendor is a lot harder to come by. The splendor, so for the clergy here, the only way to get splendor, and we have 1.4 of it right now, and that's just from this church that we built. So that's the only way we can get splendor right now for the clergy is building a church. Now, as we unlock more things, we can get more and more splendor. But I think in the beginning of the game, it's kind of hard to get to that 20 mark to unlock more stuff. Because once we unlock the church, that when you start building the church, it gives you more splendor. And does make it easier to get to that 50 mark. But it's just kind of getting to that 20. It sort of forces you to have to make quite a bit of churches. Which isn't a problem. They're fun, beautiful buildings. But, you know, from a realism standpoint, we only have 33 villagers. So, really, one church in a village of 33 would absolutely suffice. So, that's just a little imbalanced, but I'm confident they're going to be working on that and figuring out all those details. So, let's put a core down. The other thing I learned from someone in our stream was that once you plop down a building... So, as you can see over here, I plopped this down, and I just kind of kept it this little nub. It's like right here. Well, 20 fish. I'm going to have to keep that. I don't think we have that. So, what you can do, and you can see here on this house, is you see the arrows that are flexing up and down like that? You can raise the building, and if you look to the right, you'll see our splendor going up and down. And you can make these absolutely gigantically ginormous. You can see not only does our splendor go up, but also our material cost skyrockets. So you can make these as tall or as short as you want, and that's really, really, really cool. In fact, I might make this just one more up. And I'm going to add an extension to... Actually, I'm going to do 2 towers for this. Have this nice little building coming in on when you enter our little village. You see this beautiful, spectacular church. I think that makes a lot of sense. 3.1, we have 1.4. So I'm going to need to add a little bit more to get to that splendor. So I think I will add this extension on it. I'm going to keep that. Let's see. Put that 1 up, and that will get us to that 5 for the next unlock. And I think I'm going to put another little door on it. Cool. And, yeah, the material cost of this is astronomical. So it'll take a while to build it, but eventually we'll get there. Okay, we have 2 new villagers, so I'm going to assign... let's see, we have 3 people on that forager hut. We have 3 people here? No, just 2 there. I'm going to assign another person to forage. And we also need more transporters, so I'm going to assign someone to transport for this. So you need to assign, you can assign up to 2 transporters per warehouse, and definitely necessary to assign a transporter to that. Because we need to keep goods moving about, right? So, next thing we need to build, now that we're collecting some of the wheat, is a windmill. And this is really, really a cool building. This will grind the wheat into flour. So, let's get that down real close. Very good. Our happiness is slowly going up. Yeah, they are lacking the faith, but we're working on it. One villager's lacking a house. I'm willing to bet you can get one more house in there. Cool. So this will get worked on. Now, I don't actually know how many builders we have. Villagers leaving due to unhappiness. That's unfortunate. Looks like we have 3 builders, actually. That's probably good. We may be able to swap one of them out. We can also spawn a couple more sheep. Now, of course, this button, it doesn't actually matter, apparently, how much sheep you have. Like, they don't have to feed the sheep. But you can spawn as many as you want, which is kind of fun, more so for, like, an aesthetic purpose. So you can have, you know, a sheep farm with, you know, but you can only assign one farmer per. So, and I don't think they, like, necessarily get behind or the sheep will die or anything like that. But it just sort of is, you know, how many sheep do you want on this farm versus maybe you want, like, a quieter little sheep farm that has only, like, 1 or 2 sheep. But then maybe your village, big one, has, you know, 7 sheep or something. And I don't actually know if it increases the amount of wool they produce. Because I don't know the exact math on that, but I do not think it actually does affect that. So, but I could be wrong. I could be wrong there. Okay. So we're working on this. Soon we actually could buy ourselves another tile. In fact, we might have a free one. Oh no. We gotta do another quest for the crown to get that. It would be fun to expand over to here. We have to build a bridge, though, and that is very costly. Speaking of costly, where's our sawmill? We have 2 carpenters there. Yeah, they're going to get behind. They are behind, in fact. This is taking all the planks we have. And as far as tools go, where are we importing tools? We are importing tools, correct? I'm going to increase it to 15. Actually, I'm going to increase it to 20. So buy... Yeah. Okay. 2 new villagers are joining. Excellent. We need the workforce. Definitely, definitely, definitely. Okay. We may need another fishing hut. And... another one down there. Plenty of trees to chop. Alright, this is getting built. Lovely. We have the stone. See, I mean, just as you increase, right? Like, I'm going to need more people to chop stone. And I don't have anyone chopping stone. So, that's a problem. And the villagers leaving. Yeah, we're working on it. We're ironing out some kinks. These are things I'm taking some of the stuff that I learned and moving forward with it. But that's all good, right? It's all good. It's learning is part of the fun of playing the video games, right? It's part of the fun. There's our 2 new villagers. There's a trader coming. Okay. So let's get a stone cutter. And when is this going to get done? I may need to make another sawmill. Yeah. Might be helpful. Probably should actually put, you know what? Hold on. Pause this. Where can I click on this? There we go. Cancel that, actually. I'm gonna build another sawmill over here. Since this is sort of where we're making, you know, we're having a lot of boards and things. Right next to the Alright. So What do we need? Are all these markets being... Okay, Sophie and Oswald work there. There's someone here. Probably gonna need another food market. At least for now. I'll put that right there. Oh, we don't have the gold. Oh, wow. Well, we were just spending a bunch of it on, you know, all the stuff we need to do here. We actually, let's see, do we have 2 things over here? I see. So, I see. We have, okay, Edith. Unassign Edith from there and unassign Robin. I'm gonna get another person working there. And we're so close on the boards for this. Another weaver. Yeah, at some point we'll have to get another weaver there. Villagers leaving. Yeah, I know. Now we're lacking clothing. I was afraid of that. That's what I was just thinking about when I was sitting over here by this weaver. So, yeah. I'm actually not sure if we're making enough clothing for everybody. We may need another sheep farm. Well, what I've found to be handy is looking at your resource panel. And it's kind of seeing where you're at here. So we have 2 wool, 2 cloth. Yeah, we're just not producing enough of kind of everything. But that's why we're getting more people in here, right? We just need... Yeah. Kind of in need of a bunch of things right now. But let's get some food in order. Okay, the windmill is complete. I'm gonna assign Robin to start milling some flour. And we're gonna need to get a bakery down. But that costs 300 gold up front. It is an upfront cost. Okay. 2 new villagers, fine. Okay, now we have a little more cotton, a little more cloth. May need to build another tailor, actually. Yeah. Times are a little tough. These were not easy times, friends. Medieval times. These were not easy times. Alright, she's milling flour, and what I love is that the windmill spins when she's grinding the flour. I think that is just phenomenal. Yeah. If we were able to sell more clothes per week, we'd probably be better off. It's hard to know right now if we just don't have enough wool. Like, who's not keeping up? And I'm wondering if it's coming from the source. Since we have 0 wool, I think we could do for another sheep farm. And let's put that... Oh boy. Little tiny sheep farm right there. Sure. Desperately need that 300 gold, though, to make a bakery. Only 2 villagers are lacking the clothes, so it's not terrible. But that can get out of hand. Because as they become commoners and, you know, what is, I don't even remember, what is the, yeah, as they become commoners and citizens, they're going to demand more things. I believe the commoner level requires clothing. Citizens desire some luxury goods, like wine or herbs and things like that. So, ooh, I forgot that market was right there. Well, I think it'll be okay. See how you can sort of build buildings very close to each other? But what I did realize on stream the other day is I built this mill, but I had the door and this little ladder here that they climb up. I had this butt up against a building, and so the mill wasn't working. The millers were not going to work, and I was confused. And what I realized was they literally couldn't walk to get into the building. So you do have to be careful with that stuff. But I like that. I like that you can build them so close together where they can't work, but yet you can still build it, right? Like, you can really build things butt up against each other like that, and I don't know. That creates for a very unique building experience every time, right? Very unique and organic building experience, which is cool. Okay, so this market is built. I'm going to assign Victoria to it, and she's going to sell... I mean, ultimately she's going to sell bread, but for now, why don't you sell some berries? I need that gold. Definitely need that gold. Are people still lacking homes? Yeah, well, they should be able to build another house in there. So I don't know why they're not. Oh, this one's getting built. Okay, perfect. Perfect. Yeah, I can't afford that. Sorry. Can't help anybody. Not today. Alright, house is built. That's good. That means the 2 villagers lacking housing should go away. We're working on the faith currently. It's a big project, though. This takes up a lot of time. A lot of material. Yeah. Oh, this sawmill is up. I'm going to assign another sawmill human to do that. 1 new building unlocked. Wish you would tell me what that was. I'm actually not sure what that unlocked. 2 new villagers are joining. Excellent. I need that 300 gold, though. That's what I need to spend money on. Just need to get to that 300. Ah, I see. Oh, we completed the rustic church. Excellent. Okay, a lot of things happened. Okay, so I'm going to pause real quick. So we got Splendor of Our Village unlocked a new tier of unlockables, which means that now we can purchase our rustic church additional parts. And I'm going to pay for that. It doesn't cost us any money. Again, it only costs us 3 influence points. There we go. 4 new buildings unlocked. So now we've gotten our iron smelter, blacksmith, coal hut, and iron mine. Very cool. So this is why you need to keep increasing, ever increasing your population. I mean, at least for a while until you're unlocking stuff. Eventually, you're going to probably want to put a cap on it, but I mean, it depends. If you want to keep sprawling the entire map, then yeah, you're going to want to keep growing. But you need to keep building stuff and making sure that people are working and doing all that stuff as you do it. So, okay, so that's great. Some of the other stuff went away. We unlocked. Okay, well, we got the church. What was I going to do? Bakery. That's what I was going to build. Alright. Okay, so the bakery. Also, what a very cool building this is. So they're going to bake the bread. That's going to be right across the street. Perfect. We'll work on the iron smelter, blacksmith, coal hut, iron mine. We'll work on that in the future. We actually don't have a tile that even has iron on it. So this is iron ore. So we're going to need to expand to a tile that has that before we can even make that a thing. But what that allows us to do is make our own tools so we don't have to import them anymore. And that's very valuable, right? We can save some money there. But we don't really have the people to do that anyway right now. So yeah. Now it's interesting that they're not farming over here. I wonder if you need one contiguous farm field for them to farm on. Because they don't seem to be using this. Which is fine. I'm going to expand the extraction zone. Like, I may need to just get rid of all this. We just need the space at this point. Okay. This will get built. Our happiness is starting to increase slowly but surely. Now only 2 villagers are lacking faith. What I think also needs to be a bit balanced is that, so the larger the church, I think as you increase the size of the church, like maybe additional add-ons, or you raise the height, or maybe you could at some point expand the width out, it should increase the amount of faithful attendance that you can have. Because currently, this only holds 20, and so does this, right? And the building size, arguably, the building size doesn't change. We're only adding on separate things, right? But it would be nice if you could increase the size of your church so that you can have more than 20 people. I guess that would not allow you to make as much splendor then, because you'd have to build more churches. I think what needs to happen, and this is just me talking, again, it's early access. I don't know what they all have planned, but is to just either like lower the amount of splendor you need to advance to the next level. Because now we need 20, which means I'm gonna need, because we unlocked one additional part, but what part was that? An unnamed part. Okay. But basically that means I'm gonna need to probably build, I mean, depending on how big they are, but maybe another 2 or 3 churches. You know, we only have 37 people, you know. But I digress. We're close on this. Now we're behind on the tools. Another villager's leaving. Ugh. Well, we're still lacking the food. Need to assign a fisherman there. We're not able to keep up on the fish, clearly. I think I'm going to need to build another gathering hut. And assign more people to gathering. There's another sheep farm. Spawn a few more sheep. So we make sure we're ahead on the clothing. Yeah. The tools are the biggest thing. And that's just kind of what's slowing us down, is because we have to wait for a trader to come, right? To give us those tools. I'm also going to say we need another stonecutter. I don't have a villager available. Okay. Okay. Actually, I don't know if we need 2 farmers for that size of field. Let's get a couple more stonecutters going. Yeah. Gathering hut is built. Again, we don't have the villagers to sign here. But we'll get that going. We'll get that going. But everyone, that is going to do it for this episode. Thank you all so much for watching. This game is so delightful. I just really, really do enjoy playing it. I have high hopes for it. When early access is released in Q1. So there's still months of work yet to be done on this game, and I love it already. So I hope I hope it's gonna be good, because I would love to play this game in its final state. I already enjoy it. So, anyway, everybody, thank you again for watching, and I will see you in the next episode of Foundation. Bye, everybody.